Welcome to a brand new podcast, and this is the Oracle 19, and my name is Greatness. You can shop online to our baby shopping mall, which is www.evolutionoflondon.com. We have a whole wide range of different products. That's men's, kids, ladies' clothing. We have also cologne and perfume and other house products, so check that out, www.evolutionoflondon.com. And also check out www.evolutionoflondon.org. There you will find custom clothes, more custom clothes, that's digital products, and for personal as well as business use, and finally accessories, so www.evolutionoflondon.org. And also check out finally www.evolutionoflondon.store, S-T-O-R-E, to find lotions, soaps, DVDs, more clothing and accessories, so check out www.evolutionoflondon.store, S-T-O-R-E. Now, if you want to put your brand on this platform, you can email us at evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. And if you want to make a free will offering to our account, the same email, evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. And we have different links to other affiliates. That's www.linktree.com/evolutionoflondon. Different links to other affiliates that we have. And also check out www.patreon.com/evolutionoflondon. There you'll find we have different links. Actually, our Patreon channel, we have different videos that's now on YouTube and digital artwork as well as consulting services. So definitely check that out. It is a small description fee, so definitely check that out and definitely show your love. And music. Cheap Limousine Channel. We have a whole wide range of different beats. So once you go to his YouTube channel, Cheap Limousine Channel, you will find other social media sites. So definitely like, subscribe, and share to the Cheap Limousine Channel. And once you continue on the train of YouTube, we have a channel. That's the Greatness 19 channel. That's our educational channel. Almost 450 videos to open up your third eye. So like, subscribe, and share to the Greatness 19 channel and Cheap Limousine channel as well. And finally, Mr. Evolution of London, that's our health and wellness channel, so definitely support that. We have a whole wide range of different videos on health and wellness, so definitely support Mr. Evolution of London. Mr. Will, he's been a fitness consultant for over 15 years. If you want to book a consultation, email him at willysfitness99@gmail.com. That's Willys, WILLYZ, fitness99@gmail.com. And also support his merch, www.wjaaccessories.org. So you have custom clothes, accessories, digital products as well. So definitely show your love and support his merch. And I need your guys to support DJ Panthro. DJ Panthro, if you want to book him to be at your venue, email him at djpanthro519@gmail.com. That's DJ PANTHRO 519@gmail.com. If you want to contact him for him to DJ and perform at your local or city, state, province venue. Support the machine. He's one of the best DJs in Southwest Ontario. It is written. I need you also to support and check out AT Cell Phone Repair. You can ask for Freedom. Yes, that's his name, Freedom. Been in over 20 years have over 20 years of experience. And they have 2 locations. First location, 1401 Ernest Avenue, Unit 15. That's London, Ontario. Telephone number is 519-204-7300. And their email address is atcellphonerepair@gmail.com. They sell all different types of phones, computers, iPods, iPads, and accessories. And that's atcellphonerepair@gmail.com. Again, telephone number is 519-204-7300. That's the first location. Second location is 93 Wellington Street North, again, London, Ontario. They wholesale at that second location from computers, iPods, iPads, all different types of phones, accessories. And they number 1 for parts, accessories in London, Ontario, and they also provide security cameras and install them as well. Their toll-free number is 877-358-0026. Local number is 226-503-3300. And finally, their email at that location is atwholesaler@gmail.com. That's atwholeseller@gmail.com. Fin City Fish and Chips, located downtown London, Ontario. Their telephone number is 519-672-9950. Address is 711 Richmond Street. That's downtown London. Website is www.fincityfishandchips.ca. And you can email them at fincitylondon@gmail.com. They also do deliveries, and you can go on their website to book your order, or you can email them or call them directly. And they definitely will service you, and they have great fish and chips as well, so as well as other foods. So definitely check them out as well, and you can check them out through their social media, Facebook, Instagram as well. That's Fin City Fish and Chips. I say Fin City. Now, the Oracle 19 podcast is on all major platforms. We're on Anchor.fm, Google, Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, just to name a few. So like, subscribe, and share about the Oracle 19 podcast. And you could also, anything I haven't mentioned, you can go to Greatness 19 channel, Mr. Evolution of London, and finally www.oracle19radio.com. And you'll find information in the description box of all those 4 major platforms. Okay, so we're going to get on the topic today. It might be very controversial, and they might not allow me to have this out, but we'll see what happens. What is the difference between old hoes and new hoes? What is the difference? Now, I break down the new before I get to the old. All right, clear my throat. You know, a lot of times when you start talking about things that is triggering, you know, social media sites want to ban you nowadays. So, but that's why I have different other sites where I can put my platform on, and you can go directly www.oracle19radio.com, the website there, and we have our own internet radio, so you can listen to it, because you never know with these social media sites. You always got to flow like water. Now again, the young Jezebels out here. Now let's deal with the ones that do not have a baby. Now these young Jezebels here that have no children, they don't take care of themselves. They have no regard for their own life, let alone your life. So they're not respecting you by any stretch of the imagination. And this is directly for you young men out here. especially you young black men. But young men in general, these of all races, the young women out here do not respect you. They don't respect themselves, so how they can respect you? Now this is not pertaining to the women. In my opinion, the 2% women sprinkled throughout this planet Earth. This is not your conversation. Just sit back and enjoy the ride. But this is dealing with these females out here, these modern day Jezebels that really do not care about themselves, and they certainly don't care about you. They don't care about their own bodies. They don't care about their own physical bodies, their hygiene. They don't care about their educational level, because I see throughout social media they can't even name 3 countries. After the USA, they can't even literally, and I thought it was a joke, but I'm hearing more and more women can't even name countries. They probably start doing it now because it's being talked about. But they can't even bring anything to the table to stimulate you. And this is a shame. They could bring nothing to the table in terms of education, not even, let's say, university and college, but we're just talking about life. And these are the ones that don't have children. I'll get to the ones with children in a moment, but the ones that do not have children, they can't bring absolutely nothing to the table to stimulate you. And this is dangerous. This is sad. Very sad. So, you young men, I will highly suggest do not even bother even fornicating with these modern day Jezebels. It's not in your best interest. Don't be like men like myself, I call myself intelligent degenerates or degenerate, that been through the sands of life and had to learn the hard way. Don't even bother. Save yourselves. It's less drama. These women out here is fornicating, and I'm using this terminology for social media purposes because they might try to make it hard for me to put this content on social media. So we have to go in a different direction, but walk with me. They fornicating with multiple men, multiple women, and toys. Lawnmowers being put inside them, Jesus candles, baseball bats. I know I'm being a little facetious here, a little bit over the top, but this is what it is. This is what it is. So, you're not getting anything out of it. They're not contributing towards anything in this society. They're not contributing. What are they contributing in your life, man? Why you feel you have a need to put them on a pedestal, man? It's just not worth it. Just focus on the money and focus on your purpose, man. Focus on the things that you can control, man. Because these ones out here, these Jezebels out here that is rolling around, they do not care about you. They do not care about you, nor are they thinking about you. So you should not even worry about them and put them on a pedestal, because again, they out here destroying their lives, and they will destroy your life too, man. Because if they have no regards for themselves, they definitely have no regard for you. And that's fact. So stop thinking you got to kill yourself for them. Because again, like I said, they have no regard for the male principle. They out here bringing in all different types of men all day and night. They partying, they smoking weed and cigarettes and drinking cheap liquor. So they have no regard. Their body is trash. They have fake body parts on them. If you really look at them with your third eye, you will see that the body is trash. There's nothing stimulating. There's nothing new. And there's nothing fresh. And the thing about it, these young ladies is, we talking about, they in their prime supposedly. 20s. Those are the golden years. The prime years for them. But they worn out at 21, 25, 29. Their bodies are depleted. And these are the ones with no kids. None. Now I'm going to try to squeeze everything in a quick conversation because I tried to earlier test out this content, and I noticed I'm getting banned of putting content out, certain content out. And it don't surprise me, because again, anytime you talk, if I was talking about men and only men, it'd be no problem. I could say men is trash, men is no good, men is this, men is that, and it would be nothing said. But as soon as I tried to put out content, they was already banning me. So we're gonna see how far this will go. We'll see how far this goes. Because again, women is sugar and spice and everything nice. They do nothing wrong. They perfect. They can do all the degenerate things and put the blame on other people, men and society and stuff, and everybody appease that. They could do nothing wrong. So this is the women out here that have no children. But these young day walkers that have children, you would think they would learn with baby daddy number one. Oh no. And baby daddy number one, they still bring different men in their house, different women in their house, and they think the kids don't know they in the other room, even though the kids hear noise. They think it's no big deal because the kid is a toddler, 1, 2, 3 years old. But kids process things. They might not able to articulate it until they think about it when they 20 years old, 30 years old, and they go back in their mind when they was 3, 4 years old, and they like, man, it was different men that was in the house at this time. And now they wasn't family, they wasn't uncles, they wasn't fathers, they just were strange men. It kicks in at that time. But these women go through different baby daddies, 2 and 3 and 4, and they have these kids, their kids, subject to different men in the house that they gotta call uncle or daddy, and they not even, these women, these hookers is not even married. Hookers, that's what I said. Yes, hookers. It's not even married. But this is what it is. This is what it is. And these women with children don't even take care of their hygiene. But again, you men, I put the onus on you. You gotta stop being like a degenerate like me and had gone through it just because they have nice breasts and big buttocks. Because it's only going to get you through pain and misery. Because they bring nothing to the table at the end of the day. 5 minutes of pleasure is not worth the aggravation you have to go through, the headache, the back talk, the disrespect. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. And these modern day, Jezebels is bringing nothing to the table to stimulate you anyway. What are they bringing? What are they bringing to the table brand new? What are you getting brand new? You tell me. That's my question from me to you. What are you getting that is brand new and special that they haven't given it to another man years ago, or days ago, or weeks ago? That's my question. You are getting nothing. You can't even get a good conversation, something to stimulate you. You can't even get proper good food. Because most of them can't even cook. Their definition of cooking is going to a fast food restaurant and bringing back some fast food. Or getting a TV dinner and reheating it in the microwave. But cooking from scratch is a dying art. And maybe they could put something together because from a region that they've resided, they could put together a meal or two because they came from a particular region on the planet Earth. But suppose I didn't come from that region. I'm screwed because they can't even cook any other food but maybe 1 or 2 meals because they came from a certain region. That's not cooking. That's not catering to your man. And these women don't care. They only care about their weed, their cheap liquor, and bringing in different quote-unquote friends, male friends, in the circumference of them and their children. And you, the big dummy, have to accept that. Well, guess what? You don't have to accept that, man. And you should not accept that, man. Because you're dealing with nothing but daywalkers out here. And they cause nothing but pain and suffering. This is something you have to come to realization. Because believe me, after you leave, man, you don't think for a moment you're going to be the only one after you. There's going to be about 5, 10, 15 men within the next a year after you. And there's going to be another 20 that she talked to. And there's going to be a number 30 of them that got her number. So she's going to have like 50 different satellites, 20 to 50 different satellites of men that she can speed dial. Or it's whoever the best candidate after you gone. Believe that. That's the game in real time now. Oh no, don't think you man, because you got these young Jezebels, you after because you loved her, you're going to be the only one. And believe me, I'm not talking in anger and bitterness. This is factual situation. A lot of people, I'm just a soul toucher. Whatever I'm saying is touches souls. It might touch you, it might apply to you. But I'm not talking about you. But if you feel I'm touching your soul, hey, I guess I might be talking about you. But don't think, men, for a minute that after you deal with your Jezebel, she ain't gonna have nobody else after you. Believe me, she already right now is talking to somebody different. Already got a couple men on speed dial. Matter of fact, she had people on speed dial while you was with her. That's just how the game goes when you're dealing with these Jezebels. See, you got to look at the realization, men. Most of these out here is what they are. They are who they are. The question is, you have to draw a line in the sand and say, I ain't dealing with them. That's what you have to do. And only then, and control what you're able to control. That's what I would say. Control with the things that you can handle. That's how you're going to survive. That's my personal opinion. That's how I would look at it. You can work, you can make money, you can take care of your health and fitness, you can read, expand your mind, you can do those things, you can control those things. But don't try to control an ish out here. These young itches out here, they can't do nothing. And I didn't curse, actually. I said the word itch, like you're scratching. You could put a B on that right before. Again, like I said, I have to watch apparently what I have to say throughout social media sites because they like playing with just site and try to ban me, and I got to re-edit and all this other foolishness. But I have multiple options, and I'm going to continue to have multiple options. Therefore, I can get this word out regardless. But it is what it is. So, you men out here, you got to see the problem with you men out here. You put these women up as deities. That's your problem. You put them up on a high pedestal that they can't do anything wrong. Chances are, and I'm talking about the young women out here, the young females, your mother was a Jezebel. Your mother most likely was a hooker. Have you thought about it, men? About your mother? I talked about this on different shows. About a show about your mother. I talked about a show about your father. But if I strictly said your father was trash and this and that, no problem. But that's just what it is. That is what it is. That's what's put out here. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. And the mentality. And again, I'm just saying with the younger women, the younger females out here. They do not give two issues about what you gone through. Or they destroy, it doesn't even matter. They destroy their legacy, which is their children. They'll destroy them, because they don't care. They do not care about themselves, and they show it. They say one thing and they do another. They do not care. Men, they do not care about themselves. So how are they going to care about you? They can go with you. They could be going with you as a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship and still be having men on the side, which they do. And still have AKA male friends. Or be sleeping with a new, fresh dude. Why are they dealing with you? These young women be prostituting themselves. There's videos where they pregnant and actually prostituting themselves. No shame. There's women out here that have a child in the belly and still smoking their weed and drinking their liquor and smoking cigarettes. They do not care. Until young men get it in your thick head. This is the women out here. Heck, this was your mama. This was your mama's mentality. If you analyze it, you'll find out this was your mother, what she was doing. Weed, cigarettes, cheap liquor, and you were just lucky to be put on this planet Earth. And you the one is willing to die and kill for your mama. I'm not saying you should or should not, but this was your mother. A lot of you, this was your mama. And you can't even face it. But you could face it if you say your dad was trash. You could face that. That's not a problem coming out your mouth. And these same I didn't get to the old birds yet. These young females, these young harlots, they have no problem destroying the community. They have no problem destroying their kids' future, the men that come in their life, and they protected by the law. They have no problem taking you to court. They have no problem destroying everything because they have hate for themselves, so you know what it is. And I'm repeating this over and over so you can understand it, men, especially you young men. These older men is finished, so they're going to do what they do. They just going to crash and burn. A lot of them anyway. But you young men out here, there's a chance for you. Don't do it. Now we get into these old ladies. These old hoes. They have no they have no regard. See, they've been there, done that. Their kids is grown, 25, 30 years old. They are established at their job working for the city for 20 years. So they definitely masculine by nature, especially the city old women. Hard voices. They put on their little special bras that keep their breasts from hanging from the floor, so it prop it up. Put on their special tight jeans. Keep their caboose looking all proper. And they got their wigs and weaves and colors and stuff, and the makeup to make it look like they not 52 anymore. They look like they 32. And they really think they special. They really think they are a bunch of little teenagers, young women, the way they bounce around with their dry selves. These old hookers that been having different men from 1975 to 85 to 95 and 2005. And they really think they're a bunch of fresh teenagers running around. These old ladies. These ones that definitely want that, no man definitely can't tell them nothing. It's got to be 50-50 and you got to put them up like the queen they are. This is not just a particular race. This is all different types of races because feminism is up and popping, baby. So this spreads all throughout the land. And these old birds, because they could get young, naive, weak-minded dudes. Now, listen closely. Am I painting a picture like every man, every young man? Of course not. But the reason why these old birds able to get these young men to look at them, because number one, this is my personal opinion, these young men out here is broke and looking for a come up. 2, they weak-minded, so they looking for a second mother. 3, they looking for shelter, a stabilized shelter, which they can reside and hibernate. And 4 is privacy because they're older. The old women's children is adults, so they have their own place. These are some of the examples. Now, are there exceptions to the rules? Of course. There's exceptions to the rules where an old bird just get a young dude and he just loves her because she is great. Yes, you do have exception to the rules. Give you an example. Exception to the rules could be you could drive a car with your feet, but that's not the norm. So there are possibilities. So let's move on. These old women get psyched out in the head because they get these young men that want to sniff their little cooch, their old cooch. They thinking, "Oh, I'm winning. This is what it's about. I'm great. I'm special." What are you going to do with a 40, 50-year-old that been around the block 50 to 100 times? Probably 100 different men. One man, Ralph, been climbing on her back probably 500 times in a couple of years. So that's 100. That's a couple hundred. Just one man climbed on her back. And if she's been around 50 to 100 different men, she's been, men been in and out of her like a bus stop. Hundreds, thousands of times. What can she offer you? What can these hookers, young and old, to sum it up, offer you that they haven't given Sam, Ralph, Alex, David? What are you really getting from them that is so special and new? That's my question. There's nothing special that you're getting. Maybe what? Companionship? You can get that from an animal. What? Conversation? You can go on social media for that and find any jackass to tell you to watch or talk to. So what are you really getting that is special? Or she could be your helpmate. She could clean. If you got paper, get yourself a maid. Or she could cook for you. What, TV dinners that's cooking? Or giving me burgers from a regular, street meat location? That's cooking for me? And reheating TV dinners, that's cooking for me. Because if she's an independent woman working, she's busy, so she ain't cooking me no home cooked meals. So what I'm getting from these old birds? Because a lot of times these old birds is acting like the young birds. So what am I getting special? She ain't cooking. She ain't cleaning herself, let alone cleaning her house. And she just got a whole bunch of problems. Kids or mental illness on her part. Financial situation she's in. So what she's giving you, what you getting that you can't get that from yourself? What are you getting that is so damn special? That's my question. Men, can you answer that for me? What are you getting dealing with these hookers that is so special that you can't get that from any other chick? She gives you nothing new and fresh, especially these old ones. You got to look at the reality for what it is. I'm going to give you a little side note. I'm going to give you a little story time by Greatness here. You know, you got to keep it very Mac-ish. Again, I'm not a perfect being. I've done a lot of degenerate stuff. But I also put my foot down with a lot of certain situations and didn't tolerate. But you know what? I had to learn things from trial and error. And I made a heck of a lot of errors. That's why I'm saying this to y'all guys, y'all men especially, so you don't have to bother going through those nonsense. You don't even put yourself in that nonsense because you just want to roll in the hay for an hour or two or half an hour, whatever. Just save yourself the drama and don't bother. Believe me. You'll thank me later. But I'm going to give you a story. This is a true story. All of the closest friends, they know how I roll. But whether you believe it or not is irrelevant. You probably don't think it, but hey, that is up to you. I'm just going to give you my chronicles. I remember when I was 21 years old. I had a girlfriend at that time. And we was coming from probably in movies or something like that. This was back in BK, aka Brooklyn, US of A. Brooklyn, New York. And, it was a rainy day, a cold, wet day. Believe I think it was in the summer, but it was a little chilly out, daytime, afternoon. And we coming from movies or some type of whatever. But anyway, we was on the train. This was East New York. But this was not anybody that knows Brooklyn over on Broadway Junction. But we was past that because I think the stop was either Cypress Hills or Linwood. Anyway, it's been a minute, it's a long time ago, but it was on that J train, I believe, the J or the L. But anyway, we got off the train. I was taking her home, actually. And I got off the train first, so I was a couple steps ahead of her, and we started walking the overpass trains. So, but anyway, we got off the train and we started walking towards the exit. But I was a little bit ahead of her, like maybe it just happened that way, like a step or two. And some guy was walking past me towards her, but I seen in the corner of my eye. And, he was whispering to her, just kicking it. And he either didn't know I was talking to her or he didn't care. So I peeped it. So I paused. I kept walking towards the exit. And I'm looking across my eye, and she stopped, and she was like grinning. So I caught the play, and I wanted to see how she will move. When she started grinning, I already knew what was up. So what I did, I kept it Macish. I mean, I kept it trill, but in this terminology, so you understand me, I kept it 100% real. I walked up slow behind him, and see, both of them didn't expect me to say what I had to say, because normally a guy would have tripped out and said, yo, you talking about woman, and yo, blah, 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 I do this, and blah, 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 and, get all emotional. But I was very calm. True story. I turned around, I walked towards him, and I looked at him dead in his eye, very calmly. I said, you talking to my girl here. I said, I tell you what, though. Right now, I don't know if you did it on purpose. You knew who she was with me. I don't know if you did or didn't. So I'm right now taking it as a disrespect. I told him those words. But I told him, I tell you what, this is what I would do. You can have her. How much money you got right now? I know. I'm an MF. I know. But I looked at him dead in his eyes. Meanwhile, when I said those words, old girl, she started getting teary-eyed, and she boogied out of the whole situation. And immediately she started crying, and she just boogied out of the situation. But I looked dead in his eyes. Now she's walking away, and I'm looked dead in homeboy's eyes. I said, you know what? And I repeated. I said, you know what? Let's cut the BS right now. And I didn't say the word BS. I said the full word. I said, you know what? Since you're talking to her and you find her attractive, you know what? How much money you got right now? How much money you have right now? You can have her. And he was so shocked that I said that. Because I looked him dead in his eyes, and I was dead serious. Because in my mind is, for number one, she violated by just smiling. She should have boogied over towards me, or just said, told him back away or whatever. But she just stopped and smiled and allowed him to pursue conversation for a quick seconds. So I peeped the whole game. Everything, mind you, was happening in seconds, milliseconds. So, I'm trying to paint a picture and walk you through the story, but that's how it rolled. And I responded in milliseconds towards him. But I kept it very calm. And then when I repeated to him, I said, man, how much money you got in your pocket right now? You can have her, you give me money, and I back away. And you got her. Nice and clean. And then he looked at me and said, I came out of the stars with that conversation. He never expected. If anything, he expected, me to bring the rah-rah. I said, nah, man, I kept it very cool. And then he seen how serious I was, and I came out of left field with that. We're in the same age group, in our, early 20s. So all of a sudden I'm getting, sir, and I'm 21, and he's like every bit the same age. So he's like, sir, I didn't mean any disrespect. I'm sorry. I didn't know. And, I'm not about that. I'm about love, and giving me all of this stuff. I said, brother, you got to realize the rules out here. Because I could have been on the rah-rah, and I could have deleted you there on the spot, because street dudes would have done that. Or, like I said, I kept it very Macish. If you're going to be disrespecting outright, here she is. How much you got? And I got sorry of like 5 minutes of pleading. He even missed his train. I'm sorry. Brother, no problem, man. This is what it is. You know, wanted to give me a pound on top of a pound, yeah, meaning a handshake. So he's all apologetic. Meanwhile, my shorty she boogied. She was already out the subway station, already walking home. She was like halfway home. Went from the subway station to her house is maybe about, I think, 4 or 5 blocks. She was already on her 3rd block, while, pretty much halfway home. And I knew where she was going. So after I talked to him and laid the ism and told him what it was, then, he gave me all the pound and stuff like that, and 5 minutes of sorry. And then I walked to her. I walk it back to her house because I wanted to talk to her because I thought this was hilarious. Now I'm feeling very giddy right now and I'm glad I said it. Now I know that's messed up, but I felt good. I felt good. So anyway, I seen her, she was halfway down the block. I flagged her over. Yo, slow down and stuff. And she looked back and I could see the tears down her eyes. And, you a son of a, what, you did, that was wrong, blah, blah, blah. And I finally caught her and I said, wait up. So she's waited for me in front of her house and told me how you could do that to me and this and that and blah, blah, blah. I said, listen. Respect is everything. I caught you smiling. You have given him time. Now look, I knew she wasn't ish anyway. I mean, you know what? But I was young and dumb, and full of liquid cum. So, it was like, it's what it is. Like, it don't make sense. So don't try to judge me and say, why you dealt with a harlot, a whore. Because I told you I had a degenerate mindset. It is what it is. So, I'm telling you this for a reason, for a lesson for you younger men. Don't even bother when you know who you got. And, I didn't, she's telling me, I just smiled, because, I got that. Just make babbling. And, I'm listening to it. I said, man, you know how, like I said, I'm very smooth and slick. I said, I get on people's levels. You disrespect me and I disrespect you harder. That's just how I am. I'm not saying that's a good trait, but I look at it, everything I take is war. You warring with me, anything you do, I'm taking it to a whole different notch. A notch that you won't even expect, because that's just how I roll. You come at me one way, I might come at you in 5 different ways, in a way that you never even expect. I can go after whoever you love in an intelligent way, or we could take it however you want to take it. That's how I roll. My mind, I'm thinking. I could take it however you want to take it. And I take it wherever you want to take it. Because immediately when I find disrespect, me being disrespected, it's automatic war on sight. You already my adversary. Now, it doesn't make sense. You'll be like, so why you even dealt with that? I like I told you. Degenerate behavior, my mindset. I mean, it's no rhyme and reasoning. That's just how I am. That's the flawed side of me. But yeah, I talked to her and I said, you want to do that? I found that disrespectful. So hey, I doubled down. I told man how much. And she like, oh man, teary-eyed, and I don't want to talk to you again. And I said, listen, and I didn't apologize for it. Nah, man, I stood on my square. I said, listen, no, you disrespected me. You smiling. It shouldn't even been smiling. And of course, you be labeled as insecure and stuff. And no, you can label me as insecure all you want. I be that. But if you smiling and you stood there and gave him time, gave him milliseconds, and you knew I was in front of you, you should have just put your middle finger up and boogied towards me or called me out and that's it, or just kept it moving straight, hurried towards me and held my hand and blah, blah, blah. That would have been the smart thing to do. But you didn't. So that's what it was. And after I kicked the ism, I said, yo, man, I said, well, look, your choice is if you don't want to, you don't want to talk to me ever again. She would say, I don't want to talk to you ever again. It is over. All right, well, then I doubled down. I said, okay, well, if it's over, then goodbye. And goodbye, you an MFer, and I never want to talk to you again, and you disrespected me and stuff. All right, well, you disrespected yourself by acting like how you act. So that's no problem. I said, look, you're not going to be and I doubled down. I think I said something slick. I said, well, you're not going to be the first, nor you're going to be the last chick. I definitely was full of myself. Heck, I'm still full of myself now. But, yeah, I just told her straight up, all right, no problem. Yo, no problem. It's okay. Boy is, young, gifted, and black out here going to university, man, keeping himself up, keeping himself in shape, whipping around, driving around and stuff. You thought, I told her, you ain't going to be the first and last. At the time, I left my car at my house, so I decided to take the train. Because anybody that's from New York, you don't always have to drive. The subways is there, and it's not a big deal. So that was another thing. So, but anyway, I was cocky. I'm like, all right, cool. And I didn't call her. I left. I turned around, went back on the train. I think I took the train back or bus. But anyway, I went back. I didn't bother her. I didn't call her. I just already locked it in my mind. I was saying it's over. It's cool. No problem. And guess what? Called me back in a day or I think a couple of days. And talk about I'm sorry, I love you. All right, cool. But the moral of the story, men, you don't sweat these females. You don't sweat these harlots out here. Eventually, we phased out because, I knew she was the type of person, she was a whore. And, it is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, that's the game. That's the game. You just got to accept the reality for what it is. So, I dusted off myself and then kept it moving. But, she apologized and, we stuck around for another year and a half, and eventually it phased out. Men, stay on your purpose. These old and young hookers cannot contribute to nothing. The moral of the story. Look for the 2% of good women out here and work with them. But be on your purpose. Because when you're on your purpose, the females will come. And it wouldn't matter if you lose them or not, because you're going to always find. I'm always staying on my purpose. So it don't really matter. And plus, I've been there and done that. I've been through all of the sands of life. So I have no desire to say, I got to have somebody in my camp forever. No, I'm very comfortable. Whether you believe it or not, that's irrelevant. But I know my peoples know this. And I'm very comfortable in my skin because I've been there, done that. So there's no scallywag that could come around me and try to just waste my time. I don't have that time. I wasted enough time as it is. And I have a lot of things on my plate that I'm trying to accomplish. I am done with all the uckery. And you, young men, shouldn't even start it. That's the moral of the story. Because it's no difference between old harlots and new harlots. The only difference is one is older and one is younger. That's the only difference. But in this day and time, there's no difference. So you need to stand on your square, accomplish things in your life, and leave these old harlots and young harlots alone. And if you young or old harlots is listening to the show, you need Jesus. You need to get your mind right. You need to totally reinvent yourself. You need to be the best person you need to be, and you probably don't even need to be in a relationship. Most of you women, females out here, the best you could be is a concubine. And you can't be a wife. You're not wife material. You're not even, tell you the truth, you're not even girlfriend material. You're only concubine where a man needs to see you maybe once every 2 weeks and say what's going on, and you get the rod of life, and then he don't see you for another 2 weeks. And I know that's a hard pill to swallow, but you're not wife material. Forget the wife material. You're not even girlfriend material, because most of these females out here is not even girlfriend material. So we're not even talking about, and this is not me, this is just what men, real men like myself, see. Put aside the wife, put aside the girlfriend material. That's out. We're not even talking that. We only talking now, are you concubine material? And then how many days in a week should I see you? That's the type of level of women or females that you are. You're not that. You're not. You think you are wife material, but you're not. But if you ask real men out here, they could spot. I could spot. If you need help, ladies, email me. And by conversating with you, now it's going to be a charge if we talk, because nothing's free. I ain't wasting my time you asking me questions and stuff like that. No, we talking bread here. But if you really want to know what type of woman you are and what type of category do you fit in, if you want to know the real truth, I'll give you the real truth about you. I am going to charge you a couple dollars though, but I will let you know by the conversation of what type of woman I feel you are and what category men will take you as. You might not like that, but I have no problem doing that, and I will charge you a fee. You know, I'm not going to kill your pockets, but, it will be a fee. No question about that. But I tell you what type of woman you are just by the conversation. And then guarantee give me about 15 minutes and 15, matter of fact, I would even say shorter time in 10 minutes, but I just say in a 15, 30 minute conversation, I could tell what type of woman you are and what category men will take you. And most of you females is going to be just for concubine purposes. That's it. That's what you are worthy of in this day and time. I know you won't like it. You think you're a wife. You might think you're a wife. You might think you're a girlfriend. But when I start checking your background, I find out that, ma'am, you are trash. Just like the other rest of the females, old and young, trash. Trash! In the name of your God. Thank you for listening.